So there's been a debate in gaming and multiplayer gaming history throughout the game, and it's been, is MMR and Elo good in casuals? And quite a few people think it's not good. Quite a few people do think it is good. But I personally, I think it is more than good. It's the best thing to do 90% of games. In 90% of games, unless it is truly just a casual game like Fall Guys, I could understand not having MMR. But let's get to the point, which is in like shooter games, competitive games, MOBAs, hero shooters, battle royales, stuff like that, right? Chess, even. You need MMR in casual games too, like in all game modes. Not all game modes, but casual game modes, like your basic team deathmatch, your basic casual conquest, casual league match, right? Casual Overwatch match. You need MMR so new players and a pro player don't ever play against each other, right? Because if a new player is playing against a pro, there's a fundamental problem with the game, because that new player is not going to have any fun getting dogged, right? And it's going to be really hard to bring in new players because they're like, okay, wow, I just can't play this game. Like, imagine you play Rainbow Six Siege and you just keep getting headshot around the corner and you're like, bro, I didn't even have a chance. I don't even process that there was a corner right there, I didn't even know headshots were one shots. Like that's the thing you have to think about, because even though they could get better, it's very hard to get better when you can't even learn from the experience. You're just like, oh wow, I just got one shot. I couldn't even scope down my aim in time, right? So that's why I personally think is a good idea to have casuals. But a lot of people argue against casuals because the fact that they want to be able to show their skill and how good they are, right? And they want to be able to go against easier competition. That's pretty much what it is. They probably won't say, oh yeah, I want an easier match. They'll probably just say, oh, I just want to be able to show off my skill and feel like I've grown in a game. Because in rank, I feel like I'm very stagnant, because, well, I'm playing just as good every match, because that's kind of the point, to have a 50% win rate. But a lot of people, or at least not a lot, but like usually like higher end people, think MMR is better in whatever game they play, because it lets them, or they think MMR is worse. Sorry, they think MMR is worse just because, oh, they don't want to go have a sweaty match even in casuals, right? Like they just hopped off rank to play casuals and now they got to play another sweaty match. But the thing is, it's only sweaty. Like it only gets as sweaty as you play. Like, let's say you have a skill level 10, right? Just a random number. Your skill level is 10, but your amount that you're trying, like your potential is 10. That's how good you can play at a 10, but you're playing down to a 5. Like you're just relaxing, chilling, and not sweating, not using the best guns, not using the best build, not always taking the best fight, just having fun playing, shooting it up, right? If you play at a 5, you're going to play against easier people, just inherently how MMR works. The worse you do, the more you lose, the further down your MMR will go. So yeah, if you're going to play sweaty the whole time you play, even in casuals, using the best guns, taking the best engagements, using the best builds, correct pathing and whatnot, yeah, you're going to play against people that also play like that. But if you just tone it down and play for fun and not, worry about your rank, you inherently will go against easier competition. So that argument falls dead there in the water. And if you're like, well, that's just how I play, I like to sweat, then okay, you're going to play against people that like to sweat. Like if you want to, the point of sweating is to overcome a challenge. So you're going to go overcome a challenge. We got you, And then another argument for it is, just you want to show your skill, which that just doesn't make sense. You can show your skill like you by just playing a regular rank match. Like if you overcome the challenges in rank, right, and do the best right there, because like sometimes you'll have good games, sometimes you'll have bad games. You'll just overcome the challenge naturally. So to me, I just never understood why people hated MMR. Like, you have to protect the new players in the game from just getting steamrolled, because that's just not fun. And even if you say, okay, let's have a new player system where if you're level 10 and down, or approximately you've been only playing for 2 weeks or 1 week, you play with other people that's been playing for 2 weeks or 1 week. But the problem with that is once you come to that 3-week mark, it's like, dang, I'm going against people that know how to play this game, especially if your game has a steep learning curve. It will be insane, because even an average player will just dominate someone that's brand new due to like how skill levels deviate as you go down. As you go down, people get worse and worse and worse significantly, and as you go like to the very high end, people get significantly better. Like that next jump is insane. Like from diamond to grandmasters will be a crazy jump, right? Or for masters to grandmaster will be a crazy jump, and then from grandmaster to a pro level, that's a chasm, right? Just like going from silver to bronze, you notice a stark difference. Bronze players barely know how to touch the controls, while silver at least know the controls, But the point is, it's just not fun for someone that's newer to the game, or not even newer, just not as good, just a bad player. They're never going to have fun going against the best players over and over. And obviously you're not going to get the best player, but anybody that's just better than you in general, because you're going to know someone's dominating that lobby, and that's just never going to be fun. And you're rarely going to dominate, or you're rarely going to have an even matchup, right? So I think, and obviously casuals, it's not about winning or losing. It's really not. It's casuals for a reason. The point is to have fun, right? And we have to maximize how many people can have fun. And if only the top echelons of players can't have fun because they're sweating against each other, that's on them. Don't sweat. Just tone it down and play casually. And then, yeah, you'll still play against people that aren't, the easiest, but they'll be easier than playing against the best of the best, right? And even if you're average, if you just play slightly worse, and by slightly worse, I mean just, having fun, like taking bad engagement sometimes just for the heck of it, right? Not using OP stuff, using the guns that you like that are fun, and not just, ooh, it has faster DPS, ooh, it go burr, use the sniper that's not meta, use the SMG that's not meta, try to go for a melee build, like stuff like that, instead of just using the best items every single time, using the best guns every single time, following the meta per se, using different characters. So if you did that, your skill, the game skill with the game skill level that it gave you would go down slightly. Well, your skill level still at the same point. You're just not giving your all every match in the casuals, which you should not be doing in the first place. Which it's ridiculous to sweat in a casual just because you want to bully some people, And even on Smurfs too, people do that, which is so strange. But so just logically, it just doesn't add up. So as long as you play casually in a casual, you would be fine. So that's it before I start going in circles. Yeah.